And in fact, as we mentioned, this particular case is important because it's one of 9 cases that are being investigated or have been investigated by the special investigation team that was set up by the Supreme Court. Just to give you a sense of what the SIT, as it's called, is doing, as we mentioned, it's probing 9 cases, 9 riot incidents in which about 253 people were killed. The government has said that about 900 people were killed in the violence in 2002. The activists have said those numbers are much higher, crossing 2,000, and 6 of those 9 cases are still on. That really brings us now to our first big question tonight, whether this verdict, which has been largely welcomed, as we said today, whether this is a welcome step and whether this actually gives hope for other victims of the Gujarat riots who have been waiting for justice now for nearly 10 years. Joining us on the program tonight from Ahmedabad, we're joined first by Mr. R.B. Srikumar. He's the former DGP of Gujarat. Also with him, Mr. Mukul Sinha, advocate and activist. Joining us tonight from the Congress Party, its national spokesperson, Ms. Renuka Chaudhary. And also joining us, Mr. P.P. Rao, senior lawyer and constitutional expert. We'll also be joined very shortly by the BJP's national spokesperson, Mr. Tarun Vijay. Mr. Srikumar, to you first, how important do you think this verdict is today in terms of taking us a step closer to justice for victims?
This is a major, laudable decision, and from the judiciary part, they have done excellent job. But I am satisfied only 50% as a citizen staying here in Gujarat, and also as a former SP of Mehsana. I was SP of Mehsana in 1977 to middle of 1979, almost 2 years. Then it was peaceful. Subsequently, due to the Arabization effect on the minority community and extensive suffranization, the people got communalized. There was no communal incident at all when I was in SP there. And here, coming to the 50% satisfaction, it is a major conviction of the communal groups from the majority community who had organized a state-sponsored program or genocide on the minority communities. No, never it happened earlier. There was a conviction in the Godhra train fare case, but that was the culprits were from minority community. Bhagalpur or 1969 riots, 1984 riots, so many people were never convicted. And second interesting thing is that there is a Martian perspective in this thing. Here is a case of below poverty line people who became victim of the extreme violence organized by the kulaks, their landlords and their paymasters and their bosses. They have forced them to take shelter in a house and then set them on fire. So this is an instance I would like to salute those hapless people who could withstand the temptation of money and other things from their old masters. So
but saying,
please
sir,
note that still they cannot go back to their...
You're saying this is a landmark verdict. Mr. Sinha, would you agree with that this is an important verdict today?
No, and do you give me one point. It is not... I want to have 1, 2, but it is unfortunate that the SIT did not perform well. They acted like the B team of the Gujarat police, and as a result, the conspiracy part, even though there was sufficient evidence, they did not bring out the conspiracy part. There is in my own first affidavit, there are sufficient evidence about that, and subsequently they did not bring out the culpable role, acts of omission and commission of the executive magistracy, district police, and also other government bodies.
But today,
that is 166 IPC.
Mr. Sinha, there are though many who today are saying that the same SIT, which whose question marks have been raised on their role by activists like yourself in the past and others who have said that the SIT, as Mr. Srikumar accused them of behaving like the B team of the Gujarat police. But there are many today who are saying that this verdict was possible because the SIT was able to take this investigation to its logical conclusion. Would you accept that? Then therefore the SIT was able to do its job in this case the way it should have.
I'm sorry, I will not be able to. No, sorry, I don't think so. The facts establish what you are trying to suggest. If you look at the two issues here, there were more than 30 people have been killed, and around 30 have been convicted. 43 have been acquitted. Now it is impossible physically for 31 people to collectively kill 31 more people. So therefore there must be a very large number of persons who had actually participated in this pogrom. They have done nothing to find out who actually were the part of the larger conspiracy. That is one. Number two, I think, which is very noticeable, is that this is one of the incidents which did not happen on the first day of the riots. This is on 1st of March 2002 and not on 28th of February. So government, which takes shelter on the fact that people had spontaneously started the violence on 28, doesn't have that excuse on 1st. So when first about 1,500 people gathered together, they chased these number of people, cornered them in a house and burned them, there was absolutely no police force to protect them. So this is one case which establishes the police complicity. The entire police force was missing. Nobody helped them.
Are you disappointed then, Mr. Sinha?
So please, let me just finish. Yeah. Let me just finish. Just one more minute. This is, in fact, this is the case which shows that the SIT really did not do the investigation properly. Let me add just one figure, one statistics. Before SIT had come into picture, 55 persons were already arrested by the Gujarat police. After the SIT came into picture, they arrested 20 more, about 20 or 18 more. So there were a total of 73. Today, in the list of conviction, only 2 who were arrested by the SIT have been convicted. The rest are all people who were arrested earlier. So therefore, the homework done by the SIT is absolutely nil. So the contribution, I think even without the SIT, this part of the judgment would have anyway come. What was necessary was to come out with the larger conspiracy.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.